welcome to another Dynamics Building Materials webinar. Today we will be concentrating on warranties. So, without further ado, let's begin. So my name is Jason and I work in the team for Dynamics Building Materials here at Technology Management. Firstly, to recap, what is Dynamics Building Materials? It is using Microsoft Dynamics 365 functionality and business applications to provide a solution that is fit and appropriate for a building materials business. So, as you can see from the wheel on the screen, you can see there are specific functions and activities to your industry that we cover in our application and our offering. So you can see samples, you can see EDI, you can see OTIF reporting, and of course you can see warranties, returns and complaints. In terms of our customers at Dynamics Building Materials here at Technology Management, you can see that we've got a variety of customers. So flooring that supplies into the building materials and the construction sector and the office space. We've got people that build modular homes. We've got people that provide windows and doors, etc. The list goes on. But hopefully you'll recognise some of those names on that list. So, as I mentioned, Dynamics Building Materials is a solution offering from Technology Management that is backed and built on the foundations of Microsoft, and specifically Microsoft Dynamics 365, which is Microsoft's business application suite. So, warranties, and warranties in relation to your industry and how Dynamics Building Materials can help. So, warranties, they shouldn't be a hindrance to your business. They shouldn't be an afterthought, and they shouldn't be something that is perceived to be hard work. The reality is that warranties should improve customer loyalty, grow sales and drive profitability. It's also a way of you having a USP in your market. For example, we work with Biazi, who are a boiler company, and of course there are warranties with their products. We work with windows and doors companies who have warranties with their products. As a business, they are perceived to offer specific warranties, and then that ends up in people's homes and through merchants and distributors, and those that offer the warranties that are longer term warranties, emotionally we're going to become more attracted to them. A 10-year warranty is more attractive than a 1-year warranty. But the reality is, should it really cost you any more as a business? The answer should be no. So, your product warranty. So, at this moment in time, you may have a business system that is storing all your products, anything around your distribution aspects, anything around your production processes if you manufacture. But warranties, and once it's sold out the door, and who it's sold to, and if there's an end user and how they register that, etc., may well be on a spreadsheet, may well be in someone's inbox, may well be on a disparate bespoke database, which isn't related in any way back to your core product, item, and your transaction in your business management system. So, if I just quickly load Dynamics 365 onto the screen. So here I'm showing the ERP element to Dynamics Building Materials, and you can see I have an item list on the screen that is quite visual at the moment, And here, as an example, I have a PVC window. So my item is stored within the solution. It has all of the appropriate costs. It has anything around my replenishment, if I make it, if I manufacture it, if I buy it in. Obviously, it's a window. It's going to have potentially it's going to have a bomb against it for the glass, the profile, the hardware in terms of the handles and the locks, etc. Obviously, all of that, and rightly so, is stored within the ERP of Business Central. But at the same time, you want to be able to say, well, once that is sold as a product, whether you may want to batch track it or serial track it, that's another discussion altogether. But you want to be able to create that as an ability so you can understand if there's going to be any warranty claims moving forward with it. So, without going through the whole process, and if you think I did a Blue Peter style, here's what I made earlier, if I come out of the item card a second and I go into a service item, within the solution, and I click on PVC window, and again using the item number of PVC window, if I just click into this a moment, you will see, and we can have the ability, once you've transacted and sold that item, you can have the ability that it turns into a service item for that transaction. And what does that mean? That means that product, that particular product that was sold on that particular transaction has essentially a warranty against it. So as you can see, I have the warranty of that particular item. I have the description. I can see that I've put into a categorization of windows. I can see that here it has been installed. I can search against PVC window. But interestingly, on the right hand side is that I can see that against this service element, this warranty, any warranty claim is always medium as a priority ranking, and I can vary that on the core setup. I can have a warranty start date, a warranty end date. I cover 100% of the parts under the warranty for that complete window, and I can cover an element of labour, and actually I will cover 10% of the labour cost against the work that's going to be done to offer any remedial work or replacement work, etc. Again, that is all definable by you as part of the setup. And again, it will say here, who did I sell it to? Now initially, there's a discussion that you may not want to activate and initiate a warranty when you sell it to the merchant or your distributor or your contractor that's working on a particular project. What you want is the warranty to be activated once it has been purchased or installed at the end user. And then the idea is that you may want to store the end user's details in for warranty purposes moving forward. Again, that's part of setup and discussions of how we configure the solution and make that work for you as a building materials business. But you can see here that I'm already storing within the system a service item. I have the ability then off the back of it to create an order that tracks replacement parts, labour, etc. So again, I can also then do future reporting to say, well, actually, in a instance that this PVC window actually has had 3 claims on it in the period of the 2-year warranty that we've now set for it, actually that has cost us X amount. So based on the original cost and sale of the product versus the cost of the warranty claims, actually, was this a product that was worthwhile adding a warranty on? Well, fundamentally, is it because of where we source the product from? Is it because of our processes? And then we have to go and iteratively adjust what we are doing internally to make sure that our warranties are profitable. Again, there may be some work in progress in the early days if offering warranties is a new process or a starting process, but the idea is that offering warranties, the emotional side of an individual purchasing a product, a building product of such, that is offering an element of warranty that takes future hassle and potential concern and risk out, then we may have to just reduce. We might have to just rework of how we deal with the warranty. So it's an element to show you and are able to report on how successful they are, but also fundamentally within the core solution you can store all your warranty details per product, per customer. So moving back to my PowerPoint slides a second. Bear with me, I'll just load them back up. So your product warranty. So I've gone through essentially how you are storing the details of the product and its warranty within the core Dynamics Building Materials solution. So the warranty claim itself. So from our perspective, how do you deal with the warranty claim? Who do you submit the claim to, or who does your customer submit the claim to? It could be to their account manager, or it could be to their sales rep, or it could be to the customer service, or it could be an email that just comes in. It could be in a magnitude of ways. But the reality is, how do you track the claim? How do you deal with the claim? How do you make sure the claim is actively being dealt with and not forgotten about? So as much as being able to track all the claim details, to make sure that you bring it to a resolution and actually store all the details, and also be able to report on how many claims that you're getting, from who. Is there a pattern that it was on a particular project originally that it came from, that it was linked to then a set of contractors that actually it ended up being that there's more claims against that contractor and that project and that end site than it is against any other site? Again, do you have that visibility right now? If you don't, then you start to think about how do you put things in place to understand that level of information, so you can make educated and informed discussions and decisions with your customers and your contractors and the projects that you bid for moving forward. Because again, fundamentally, this has to be about making sure that you are still profitable on the overall offering that you bring to the market. So, your claim. So if I just come out again of PowerPoint a sec, and if I just go into the customer service element and application that comes within Dynamics 365. So here you can see that I can create a number of cases, and this is just an example case form, which is completely configurable. So you can see here that I have a case for a datum corporation, a typical demo account within Microsoft's demo systems, but I've titled the case Window Hardware Fault. It's automatically given me a case number which can be issued to the customer. I've put a subject of around service to it because that's the most appropriate that's on the categories. It came in via phone, and I've got a description of the details. It's linked to a plot on a new building estate, and here I can also then track additional information. I can set tasks and activities, so I can put tasks in there for myself if I was the person that was working on this case, or I could assign it to somebody else within the quality department or the service department to also go and pick up a task to then progress this case on. What's quite important and neat and clever and I think fundamentally important about managing a claim or a case of this nature is the process that you follow. So here at the top we have the business process bar. So identify, you've got a level of information here that we store and we capture at the start of the process, and then at research and then at resolve we capture additional information. This is all configurable. This is all to enable that we are capturing the right level of detail at the right time, and it's enforceable to the user, We can also see that it tracks at each point how long it has been at each stage. So again, you can be proactive around, actually, if a case has been at this stage for longer than 40 hours, then it needs escalating into the team leader or the manager, or pushing back to the owner and say, this case has now been open longer at this stage than expected. Why? How do you push this forward? Also, at the same time, the case has the ability, now I don't have any here, to put SLAs against them. So, service level agreement. Now, you may not offer a SLA to your customers, but you might want to target internally that, depending on a hardware fault of a window, has a particular SLA, and a separate fault around a door or a different product has a different SLA, and you want to track that and measure it, etc. And then do reporting on it, see out of the team, for example, who closes more cases, who's more successful at closing more cases, in particular areas. Again, that's all possible, and it's all value-add information to drive you to offer a better service to your customers. You can see that the solution can have related cases, recent cases as well, to help people guide them through resolving the case quickly. So that's how to manage the warranty claim and make sure that it doesn't get forgotten, is the easiest way and the important piece of the point that I'm trying to make. So going back to the slides again. Resolution. So the resolution could be a number of different things, but you may need to send an engineer out on site to fix. You may need to send a spare part that they can self-fix at the end user. You may need to offer a credit because the product is no longer fit for purpose. The customer has chosen something else, and you offer a credit. You also then might take the product back as well for repair and resale, or you may just ask them to scrap the product, because reality is that once let's just say, for argument's sake, a window's been installed, window doesn't get taken out and returned back. It usually gets taken out and scrapped, or elements of it that needs fixing, it gets scrapped. Obviously, there's no commercial value, and the cost to do such an exercise isn't worth it. So again, within Business Central of the Dynamics 365 element for the building material solution, you can manage credits, manage returns, scrap product, etc. It's all within the core solution, opposed to having to manage that on disparate and manual systems. So I briefly touched as well on the service engineer or an individual that may have to go to site to go and fix a window, for example, or a locking mechanism on that window. So you can give them an app on the phone where they can go in and they can use the app to say, this is the service order and the job that I'm going to, this is the date that I've gone to, this is the work that I've done. I can take a picture of the work that I've done. I can consume product and spare parts as well as consume time to understand labour costs, etc. And I can assign that back against the original service item, and also I can take pictures and get signatures from the end customer to confirm that they are happy with the work, and they can confirm the work has been done. So again, all integrated, all visible from one place, and is offering a solution opposed to using pen and paper or emails, etc., to manage those that have to go out to site. So, as a recap, we've covered product warranty. So, you store the item within Business Central. You manage the service item from a warranty and labour parts, etc. perspective in Business Central, and you can track all those costs and the profitability. The claim, the customer service case linked into the application suite of Dynamics 365 and the whole building material solution. Manage a case, take it forward, manage an SLA, and enable tasks to be completed to make sure the case gets dealt with on behalf of the customer and never forgotten. Because the warranty might be a value add to your offering. However, when a warranty claim comes in, if you can't deal with it effectively, then that value add, that USP, that perceived value that you are giving to a customer goes straight out the window. And then, of course, the resolution. Transactionally, credit, sales return, etc. again can be managed within the Dynamics Building Materials solution using Dynamics 365. So, I'll give you a short insight to managing warranties within Dynamics Building Materials solution powered by Microsoft Dynamics 365. Here at Technology Management, we've got over 50 customers in the building materials sector. Now, for us, warranties is just one part of the cog that you need to deal with efficiently, effectively, to make your business profitable and also make sure that you are perceived within the market as being one of the best. Dynamics Building Materials is very much a solution that can give you efficiencies and solutions in one integrated solution from Microsoft Dynamics 365. Technology Management are one of the key players for Microsoft Dynamics 365 for the SMB sector in the UK. And we are the key player for Dynamics Building Materials and the building materials sector. So, thank you very much. I've been Jason. I hope to speak with some of you soon. And if there's ever any questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to show you more of Dynamics Building Materials and how it can benefit you. Thank you.